Yes, here are the instructions that we have to follow in order to make sure that we make a proper soap. The first part obviously is going to be about preparing the main ingredient, which is the lye. So there are so many different ways of preparing the lye, and in this course we're only going to talk about 3 of them. First of all, we say that there are a few manufacturers that mix it and then sell it as soap base. So I've already shown you this picture of the soap base, but when it has been received in this form, it has to be processed further. So the first step is to grate or chop the soap base into even smaller pieces, because you saw those ones are too big. And then you have to place the soap pieces in a heat-proof container, such as a glass or stainless steel bowl. We showed you the picture in the previous slides. After that, add the water, the distilled water that we showed you earlier on, to the container, using a ratio of about 1 part of soap base to 2 parts water. So the scale is going to help you measure out 1 part and compare it with the 2 parts, and then mix those together. Then you place the container in a microwave or a double boiler and heat it slowly until the soap base melts completely. After that, you stir the mixture well to ensure the soap is fully dissolved in the water. After that, let the mixture cool and solidify, and then carefully remove the top layer. There is going to be glycerin that is going to be formed there. You have to remove that, and then the remaining liquid below is the lye that is going to be used for soap making. But then there's another way again of preparing the lye. Sorry, the second one. You can also make the lye using caustic soda granules. They are called sodium hydroxide. So in this case, you also have to wear protective gear, such as gloves, such as goggles, to protect yourself from the caustic nature of the soda. It can explode. So measure out the correct amount of caustic soda needed for a recipe. In this case, the recommended proportion of caustic soda to water to make lye is typically around 1 part of caustic soda to 2 parts of water. The scale whose picture we showed you earlier on is going to help you measure out these ingredients. And then make sure, this we have to emphasize, that you are in a well ventilated area where there is enough air coming in and going out. Slowly add the caustic soda to the water, but never the other way around, stirring continuously in order to dissolve it. And so be careful not to inhale the fumes, because they can be dangerous for your own breathing and your own health as well. After that, allow the mixture to cool to room temperature before using it in your soap making recipe. It's important to handle that lye with caution, as it can, we still repeat this, cause burns if not handled properly. So here's the third way of preparing the lye. We can also use natural products. If you cannot afford to buy the other two, you can also use wood ash. It's a byproduct of the fires that we use in Africa and other third world countries in order to cook and perform many of our home chores and duties. So you have to collect the wood ash from the hardwood trees. Make sure that the fire has been made using hardwood trees, because softwood ashes are not suitable for this purpose. Then place that wood ash in a container or barrel, and then add old water that is enough to cover the ash completely. You have to stir the mixture well and let it settle for several hours or even days to allow the lye to leach out from the ash. So once the mixture has settled, you have to carefully pour off the liquid on top, which is now the lye solution. Test the lye solution with pH strips to make sure that it is at the desired strength for soap making. So on the pH meter, that is going to be between 12 and 13. After that, you need to store the lye solution in a safe container, label it correctly and out of reach of children and pets. Please handle the lye solution with care, wearing protective gear, and follow the safety precautions in order to avoid burns, because lye can burn anyone in any shape or any form. Thank you very much. After this, we're going to see how we're going to mix these two